everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you had a wonderful week and looking forward to the new working week or the new holiday week. If you're going on holidays, I hope you enjoy yourself. If you're just rested at home, relax, turn the telly on, turn YouTube on and check out this vlog. Today, this vlog is about planetarium. I'm always fascinated with stars. When I was growing up, they always said, if you wish upon a star, your wish will come through. So I went to the planetarium just to see how true that is. And I hope you enjoy it. My channel is not about one thing, My channel is about a variety of things. I love to travel. I love learning. I love exploring and seeing new things. So this is one of the vlogs that I wanted to show you inside the planetarium. This is in North Greenwich, London. If you're ever in this side of London, East London, check it out. It's amazing. You learn a lot. Enjoy. So this is me giggling away. The gentleman was just saying everybody should take a seat, sit beside each other because he's smelling. And that's the reason why I was laughing. But yeah, enjoy.
Right, okay. I would suggest Hall on its roof was the first building to make up the observatory, designed by Christopher Wren and helped out by Robert Hooke, at a cost of just a little over £500 at that time, although a lot of the bricks were actually stolen from other building projects in the area. The statue on the plinth there, to the left of the domed building, is of course Darth Vader. It's not, it's General Wolf. But I'll tell you what, when you leave here, you'll go, it does look a bit like Darth Vader. So this is our sky for this evening. My clock is telling me here that it's 17 minutes past 10 tonight, and that's what we will see if we go outside. So what can we see at 17 minutes past 10? I can see a star, and another star. Look, there's a star, another star. Oh, and the moon. And that's the end of the show. Thank you so much for coming. You see, we live on a planet, Earth, which is 12,742 kilometers in diameter, which means it has a lot of gravity. That gravity allows us to retain the water in our oceans, lakes, and seas, but also holds the Earth's atmosphere to its surface. And that atmosphere sometimes contains more dust. Now, bear in mind, we are in July, and we have this type of sky to look at. I wonder if anybody can tell me, what is this? Does anybody know what this is? A bit louder?
Milky Way.
No, laser pointer. That's the word you were struggling with. Of course you are right. This is the Milky Way. But I think when we look at it in the sky, we don't often appreciate the structure of the Milky Way. We're in a disk occupied by stars. That's what it's made of. Our sun is just one of those stars. There's lots of stars. And the other thing you can see here is quite clearly blackness. This blackness is actually dead star stuff. And it's from this blackness that new stars will form, and hopefully a whole retinue of planets around those stars. On a clear night, you should be able to see about 3,000 stars just with your own eyes. And when we look up into the sky, we can use an app on our phone or on our tablet and point it at the sky. You have to leave those apps open for about 3 or 4 minutes before they settle down and start giving you what is known as AGPS, Assisted Global Positioning Software or stuff. And hopefully it all works. Here are the stories from the past. They're really important because the ancient peoples didn't have iPhones and Androids and all the rest of it telling them the stories of the heavens. They would look up, recognize a pattern of stars, and then start embellishing it with all sorts of stories. The reason for that is their lives depended on those stories. Here's one in particular. This one is Virgo. She's a young woman. She's going to give birth to new humans. And in the days when humans had stopped being nomadic and they were starting to become farmers, both of crops and also of the animal kingdom, it was important that we understood the seasons, especially if you were, growing crops, barley, wheat, whatever. She's holding in her hand an ear of wheat. And the significance of this is that star just there, Spica. And spica does mean, in modern English parlance, ear of wheat. Now, you saw that I've actually simply switched off the sky. This isn't quite correct. To get this dark, I have to move the sky on a couple of hours. But what's interesting is this star, because there will come a time in the not too distant future, sort of towards August and maybe even the very beginning of September, when you will no longer be able to see that star. It becomes increasingly more difficult. And at that point, you're going to lose it. When you lose it, those ancient farmers would realize it's time to bring in the harvest. So Virgo is probably the most important constellation of the entire sky. If that is Virgo, what is this constellation over to your right?
Leo.
Leo. And this one? The scales? Starts
Libra.
with L.
Libra.
Libra. This one?
Scorpio.
We're not doing horology. And then over here, this is the teapot. This is Sagittarius. And we're coming down to my birth sign. This is the bikini bottom. The sea goat, of course. Lots of constellations. A total of 88 in all. But there's some constellations that are a little bit more significant than others. And for that, I'm going to turn the sky completely round the other way. Now, if you feel a little bit woozled, just close your eyes for a few moments. And just to prove we are turning the sky around the other way, south is the direction we would normally face because we live in the northern hemisphere. It's known as the theatre of the sky. Throughout the whole year, whatever's going to turn up usually turns up at worst, over the southern horizon. So now we're swinging into view the big N, and the N stands for?
North.
Well done. I'm going to switch it off because it might confuse things. Thank you very much. But over to your pretty much above you, especially the people in the front of the planetarium. If you're in the first two rows, I think there are some people in the second row, lean back in the seats. They do go back. But there's a group of 7 stars, okay, and they're slightly to the left of middle. Anybody know the name of that pattern of stars? A bit louder? This here. What's it called? The plough. Well done. Let me highlight the plough for you so you go, oh yeah, that's what it was. Most people, they do that. They go, oh yeah, I remember that. There we go. It's called the plough, the ploughshare, the Carl's wagon, the kite. It's got various names. But there are beautiful star names, and stars do have beautiful names. Dubhe, Merak, Fad, Megrez, Alioth, Mizar, and Alkaid. So we've got this group of 7 stars, very well known, and we're going to use the 2 stars away from the handle. And if we use those, that's Dubhe and Merak. The line that connects them, we extend it, and it will point to the most famous star in the night sky, which is called the North Star. Which way are we facing? North. That was where the big N was. The big N was just there. Now, if you have an app on your phone that allows you to take extended photographs, you can do it on a camera as well. Keep the camera still, and I beg you to take it slightly out of focus. There's a reason why I want you to take it out of focus, because then you will be able to see the colours of the stars. And it is beautiful. These are called star trails. So let me switch this all off, and let me bring back the sky so we are facing south again. There it goes, trundling off. This is the W of Cassiopeia, the Queen of Ethiopia. And next door to it, this star here is called Merphak. This is Perseus, of course. Perseus went to rescue Andromeda. So here is Andromeda here. And this is the great square of Pegasus. So we've got lots and lots of parts of the sky. And I know I'm sort of blinding you with names and things like that. But I'm going to take you on a little journey. Hope one, the Sea of Tranquility. What happened here in 1969? Neil Armstrong and Buzz Lightyear landed on the moon. Quite correct. That was on July the 20th for us, 21st in the United Kingdom, 4 o'clock in the morning. British Standard Time. For 3 years we were stuck on British Standard Time, not British Summer Time. I want to show you a crater. I show people this crater through my telescope, and the reason why I do it is because it gives them a sense of scale. When you look at them, you don't know how big things are, you don't know how big craters are, how big are they? So I'm going to show you Copernicus. Here it is. What's it called?
Copernicus.
Copernicus. Okay, he was a very famous Polish astronomer. We get some very faded out craters, you can see here, all worn out by lava intrusion. This is Eratosthenes, or named after him anyway, famous because he worked out the circumference of the Earth. But Copernicus is 96 kilometres from here to here, and it's 800 million years old. If this were the Earth, how big would this have? That's Croydon, yeah, we're all going to die. London's gone in an instantaneous flash of superheated rock, and it's all now gas and it's blowing away. You would be deafened by the noise if you were anything close to it. Very quickly the noise would dissipate because it would all turn to a vacuum again. But you'd realise that Kent's gone, Essex has gone, Middlesex, actually pretty much the whole United Kingdom is covered in dust, and part of Europe's pretty upset.